Okay, Cassie, as you said, this is my first viewing of this particular piece. So we'll just take it from here. Now, this was submitted Saturday, January 26th, but you're mentioning that you have a little more work to do. But I just want you to remember that this particular piece is due by the end of Sunday. So I'll tell you what, let's jump right over to the poster. All right, really good illustrative technique so far. I think that I'm going to zoom in here a little bit. I want to get a little close up of that. That looks great. Nice work there. The park bench looks fantastic. And I think that the texture for the leaves, the foreground, I think that's interesting. I really do. I think it's very interesting. One thing I think a little bit of visual stress is this pattern here and this pattern here are being connected by this pattern here. I think this pattern here and this pattern here, the grass pattern and the leaves pattern, are creating an interesting kind of vibration. That's okay. It's pretty good. It's a neat relationship. But this pattern here is just taking the whole thing and saying too much visual. I'm going to use this word, but I don't mean it to sound discouraging. Visual clutter. So there's just a little too much going on right here. And I think what it's doing is it's drawing the eye to that portion. And the reason it's doing that is because we have this combination of textures right here. That's adding a little more visual weight to the composition than I think we need. I think that the relationship between this set of textures and this set of textures is interesting enough. I would just go with regular bark. Just brown for the tree and maybe some lines for bark, but I just don't see. I think that's overkill right there. Okay, really great start. Of course, what are we missing? Typography. We're missing typography, and you said you had some other things to finish. So I'm going to leave my comments there. But we definitely have to add some type in. Don't forget, we're looking for practicing mixing sans serif and serif typefaces, and the acceptable typefaces for the class are listed back in week 1. I'm sorry, in the introduction to the first poster project. So be sure to review those. But basically, in essence, what I'm looking for is maybe a headline that's a sans serif, and then a subhead or a tagline that's a serif, or the other way around, right? So just as long as you're mixing, and we just get a chance in this class to practice mixing typefaces using sans serif and serif to increase typographic hierarchy, to give you practice in selecting different typefaces, different styles that work well together, and just to get accustomed to creating your visual variety in type itself. So great start. If you have any questions at all, please let me know. I'll be glad to clarify it. I'm really looking forward to seeing this one come to fruition. Thank you very much.